Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and our year to shine. Finally, this is another continuation of our exploration of The Joy of Less by Francine Jay. And I guess I have been stalling on this one because we did so much on this topic. It's the wardrobe topic. We did so much on this last year. It was really during the month of April mostly, where when we were doing our Simple Abundance here with Sarah Ban Breathnach's book, we were encouraged to go through the closet and she encouraged us to try everything on, see what didn't fit, and see what we didn't feel good in. And Francine's looking at it from a different perspective, but it's still a lot of the same stuff as far as determining, I have a kitty chiming in, determining what you really need. And of course, a true minimalist, we talked about this, I think, last year at one point too, they can get away with maybe 12 to 25 pieces of clothing, including shoes and everything. There's a lot of ways to coordinate different things with jackets and layers and scarves and things that make outfits look different. So yes, we want to go through the closet and definitely declutter. And one of you suggested last year about when, like, if you're trying to determine what outfits you don't even wear, to turn the hangers backwards so that the hook is hanging the opposite direction. And when you wear it, you put it back the right way. And then after a certain period of time, you determine that the ones that are facing towards you because you never wore them in a certain amount of time, then it's time for them to be trash, treasure, or transfer. Oh, and on that note, I've been having so much fun with the transfer. Actually, you can tell I'm only going to be here in this particular apartment for the next couple of days, so I've started to pack up, and that's why there's not as much stuff back here. I can't say that I decluttered that much, but as I've been going through things, I have been having so much fun passing things along, and it's synchronistic too, because there's been just occasionally like a conversation that comes up where someone says like, oh, I never saw the final season of such and such, and I was like, hey, I've here like I know that I have the DVD, and I was like thinking about giving it to the library or something like that. Some books I've passed on, just some fun things for kids that that I've had around, and so it's been really fun to do the transferring of ownership. And hey, if they don't want to use it after a while, then they can be the one to trash it or do whatever, and I don't have to have any more thought about it. But so with the wardrobe, you could do that as well. There might be someone that has your similar style and body type, and actually I went to a clothing swap one time, which was actually pretty fun. Except that there were some people that brought really subpar stuff and it was like you had to almost wear like a gas mask, not because of the smell, but because of the dust. Like people had been, bringing stuff from their attics, and there were just lots of t-shirts and stuff that nobody would really want. But if you can go to a really good quality event where you just bring a few outfits and then you're around with some other people and people get dibs on whatever they want, it's actually pretty cool. So cleaning out the closet doesn't have to be a chore. That's what Francine says. The task is certainly easier than tackling an entire room. There's no furniture to worry about. You don't have to worry about all the tchotchkes like she mentioned. And you don't have other people's stuff to deal with unless you share a closet, I suppose. To be honest, she says, I think it's more of me time than cleaning time. I like to put on some music, have a glass of wine, and stage my own fashion show as I rummage through my wardrobe. And when you do this sometimes, it does feel exciting because you're like, wow, I didn't remember I had this, and I could now couple this with that. And so you sometimes feel like you have a new wardrobe. I know that I had some clothes that I was wearing when I was out doing sales calls and things like that for my business. And then once I transferred to an office setting on a few days a week, I felt like I had a new wardrobe, and I didn't even buy anything new. It was just that I was wearing things a little bit differently and wearing some stuff that I maybe hadn't worn in a while, because like I kind of had like some go-to outfits for sales. And so I sort of have felt like I've had a new wardrobe, but I'm also noticing now with spring coming and that I really want to revamp some of my tops. So you can do that too. Remember, when one goes out, one might come in if you are not going to be trying to really declutter. So again, just like with Sarah Ban Breathnach, Francine says that you're going to really start over. You're going to take everything out, lay it on your bed, and she means everything. Reach into those dark recesses and pull out even, she says, a bell bottoms, bubble shirts. Yeah, a bridesmaid's dress if you've been holding on to stuff for a really long time. So this involves some soul searching. To create a minimalist wardrobe, we need to know what's right for us. So spend some time pondering your personal style. So again, this is a lot like last year. Is it classic, sporty, preppy, punk, bohemian, glamorous, vintage, romantic, or modern? And then going through what colors do you really like? And I know some people out there like to have their closets organized by color too. Next, imagine that a fire, flood, or other disaster wiped out your entire wardrobe and must be rebuilt from scratch. Your funds are limited, so you have to make smart choices. Consider the absolute essentials you would need for a typical week. If you like fashion, I can't imagine that you would really want to do this. There are some people that really like to get the latest styles every season, and they wouldn't necessarily like this. Maybe they go through their wardrobes and get rid of the old styles and think like, oh, that is so out of style. Like they might look at this shirt and be like, that was so 2019 or something like that. I don't keep up with the trends, so I'm not one of those people, but you'll want to choose items that are appropriate for both work and weekend and can be layered to keep you comfortable in the range of temperatures. You'll need to be able to mix and match them to create a variety of outfits from just a few pieces. So you would do that if everything was destroyed and you were just starting from scratch. Again, we went through, remember the steps that we went through? You're going to declutter, you're going to trash transfer. You probably won't trash clothes unless they're really ripped up or something. Trash transfer and treasure. There's probably some outfits that are treasure. Like imagine if that bridesmaid's dress was like something amazing that you'd never wanted to part with, then don't part with it. So she has you streamline and go through the various things and make piles and keep what you really love, what you really feel good in. And then unlike the hanger thing that I just said earlier, and I don't have it right in front of me, but when I read this, I remember her suggesting that you put little colored ribbons around your hangers, and I better find that as we're going through here because I forget. I think she had you change them every couple months, and it was like if you had not worn the red hangers or something like that, that was how you knew. So remember one of the letters, the M in Streamline, was for modules. So if you are consolidating your clothing into modules, the results can be startling. You may discover that you have 10 pairs of black pants. Hello, that's me. I have so many black pants. 20 white shirts or 30 pairs of shoes. When you see them all together, you'll quickly realize you have more than enough. I have a lot of night shirts too. So you will kind of notice when you do that stuff. Hang all of your shirts together, all your pants together, and all that stuff together so that you can really count how many things you have. And keep pajamas, workout clothes, and sweaters stacked on their own shelves. Yeah, so really keeping like the like clothes together. And I sort of do that in my wardrobe. Like I'll have like my comfortable clothes for home lounging and stuff on the right, and then I have the work clothes in the middle, and then I might have some like accessory things on the other side, like tank tops and stuff like that. If you'd like, you can further break down your category modules by color, season, or type. And I do keep the seasons together, I should say too. All right, and so then this is when you are going and downsizing, correct, right? So I want to find that spot with the colored ribbons that she mentions, but I don't see it just yet. So when I find it. So what about if your old clothes are too good to get rid of, she says. What's the point of adding to your wardrobe if your current apparel is perfectly adequate? Yeah, that can go through your mind. I do think that sometimes too. I think, well, why should I get more tops? I have plenty. But I think your styles change, and you might have, we talked about this last year, you might have memories associated with certain outfits, and it just might be time to move on. Maybe you broke up with someone and you remember a date that you went on that was happy or sad in a certain thing, and you just like, get this out of here. I don't know. Don't feel pressured to keep up with the fashion trends. It's nothing more than a marketing ploy. That's what Francine says. And she's said it's just designed to separate you from your hard-earned money. I'm glad I was never really, like a spendaholic on clothes or anything. And then, of course, with the M, not only for modules, we have maintain as well. So, okay, this has got to be where the ribbons are, because this would be where you are maintaining. Take care of the clothes. You can't afford to have a crucial item sidelined by a mud splatter. Yeah. Declutter with the change of seasons. Autumn and spring are wonderful times to reevaluate your wardrobe. When you're hauling out your coats or sweaters in preparation for winter, take some time to go through them. Our tastes change, our bodies change. And I remember Sarah last year saying something like, don't keep anything that is thinner or bigger than you are currently by more than maybe like one size. She was encouraging us, like, don't keep those clothes and think, oh, I don't want to get rid of them because when I lose 20 pounds, then I'm going to have to redo it. Like, just let them go and buy stuff that you feel good in too. If you are going to buy new things, yeah, your body might have changed. There's a lot of places that you can go now where at a department store, they'll have a personal shopper that will help you put together various styles and things like that and pick out outfits that go together. Start a new season with some extra closet space. I still didn't see the thing about the ribbons. Well, I'll let you guys look for that, but it was something along the same lines of the process of turning the hanger around. And she does mention, remember we talked about the floor being your largest surface, and the surfaces are supposed to be blank, right? Nothing on them. So she did say that you should try to keep the floor of your closet empty. So trying to use vertical storage like shelves, shoe racks, closet rods, or hanging organizers to keep clutter from creeping into your closets. Those really expensive closets that rich people have, they usually have their shoes like up top, don't they? Like on a top shelf. I don't think they keep their shoes down at the bottom. It's another thing. I don't have that many shoes either. Some women have so many shoes and purses. I was thinking about, because I've been thinking about all these things as we've been going through this book. I have 2 purses. No, I guess you can count another one. It's like a work bag. But as far as like purses that I might bring out on a date or something like that, I have 2, and I've literally had them since before I was married, which was in 2003. So I'm maybe not the typical woman. I don't know. I don't get into some of the things that other women do. All right, so we got through the wardrobe. I don't think I looked through what the next one was. We're still going through all the various areas right now in this book. The next video will be on the home office. All right, so we talked about that a bit last year too, but not in a decluttering and minimalizing way. So that'll be interesting. I haven't read that chapter yet. So I will see you on the next video as I'm able. It's a hectic month with moving, but I will get on here as soon as I can. I'm glad to be back, and have a great day. Bye-bye.